We are going to do another reading vlog this week, and this week we are going to pick our books based off of a color wheel, random color generator that I have. I just made this up, so here's to hoping it goes well. But I have these books right here left over. I have 5 books here that are left for my February TBR, as well as one on my Kindle, which wasn't originally on my February TBR, but I saw that it is the book of the month, or the book club pick for Ellen Catherine's Patreon members. So I wanted to also potentially try to get to that. So that one, I'm really gonna try to get into this TBR, and if I don't roll anything that pulls it, I may just add it into this TBR because we're doing like the talk about the book on the 26th. So I would need to get it done this week. So yeah, we're gonna start. I think we're gonna pick 3 books this time. I think. So let's start. We'll do our first roll. Light blue. Okay. This kind of has a little bit of blue, but not much. This is more green, greeny blue. Also, give me 1 second because my dog's butt is he's laying down on my legs and his butt is sliding off. And I can't hold him up with my feet. Okay, fixed it. I really don't think any of these ones have. Oh no. I mean, I guess this one's kind of got light blue. But I'm gonna turn you around to look at the Legend-Born cover because there's quite a bit of blue on the Legend-Born cover. So I think we'll go with Legend-Born because it does have quite a bit of blue on it. So we're gonna choose Legend-Born since it's got blue on it. Let me replace you so you can see the books. All right, so first book is gonna be Legend-Born for this week. Next color, yellow. None of these are yellow, so we will spin again. Black. All right, black we do have. So that one's got more colors than black. This has more colors than black. This is more of like a darky, bluey, greeny kind of color, but it's got black on it. Famous Last Words is definitely not black. And then, yeah, we're gonna go with this one. This one is mostly black. So we are gonna go with Road of Bones. I'm excited to read this. It's one of my Book of the Month books, so that's exciting. But there's plenty of black on this cover, and this is the one we're gonna go with for our black pick. So we will put that there, and we'll stand these back up. Maybe. Serpent and the Wings of the Night does not seem to want to stay standing for me. All right, so we have Legend-Born and Road of Bones. Now let's choose our last book for this week. Purple. I don't think any of these have purple on them. No, none of these have purple. One more spin, hopefully. Another black. Well, I guess that would leave. Okay, we are gonna go with these 3 then. We are gonna go with The Coven by Harper L. Woods, The Road of Bones by Demi Winters, and then Legend-Born by Tracy Dion are gonna be our 3 books for this week. If I end up getting through these, because I do have Legend-Born also as an audiobook, so I may listen to that one on audio. And if I'm able to add in a different one, we will come back with the color wheel and choose one of these three, hopefully. But yeah, so our first book, I think we're probably gonna start with, I'd say Legendborn, I think is gonna be our first one. I'll put a picture right here. Like I said, I'll be listening and probably reading it on my Kindle, so we're gonna start with that one, and then I will be back when I have some updates. I finished Legendborn the other day. I don't think I actually ever rated it. Sorry, I'm opening my Fable to see if I didn't. I never even marked it as finished. I really enjoyed it. I'm excited to pick up the second book. I listened to this whole one on audiobook. I've been in a really bad, physical reading slump lately. I just can't get myself to pick up my actual books or my Kindle. I've really needed to be doing something else while I listen. So that's kind of where I've been at. But the audiobook is pretty good. I liked it. I really enjoyed the story and the characters, and I'm very excited to see where all the relationships go, because right now it's kind of looking like it could go a couple different ways with our main girl. Bree is our main girl, and her best friend Alice. We're basically following her as she goes into college. She's not at college age, she's 16, but she's got this advanced program or something that they both got accepted into, and this is the school that her mother went to. But it's kind of following along with her getting into a little bit of trouble her first night on this campus, and getting what is a peer mentor. And this peer mentor, he ends up being a part of this secret society on the campus, and they basically get into a little bit of trouble, and he realizes that she kind of knows some things about this, the stuff that the society knows about that other people aren't supposed to know about. And they get really close and kind of get this little bit of a fling going. But then there's another guy that's within this group, within this order, essentially, and he also kind of gets a little, he doesn't trust her at all, and she doesn't like him because of how he acts toward her. And they end up kind of working together a little bit. And this whole thing is really cool. It's centered around Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table kind of deal, which is really cool. So the whole hierarchy of it is that kind of a layout, and there's bloodlines. So there's Arthur's bloodline and Lancelot, and all these different things that tie into it. But it's really, really interesting, and I really enjoyed it. I think I'm probably gonna rate it a 4-star. I did really enjoy it. And I am excited to pick up the second book. So that's where we are with Legendborn, and I'll put a little image up here of it. And then I did also start, basically I started it yesterday or the day before, and I read literally a couple pages, and then I couldn't get my brain to focus on actually reading, but I started that today, really started it today, and I'm already 45% of the way through the book. I'm on chapter 31, so just under halfway. I'm really liking this so far too. Our main girl, Scylla, this is basically following her after she's a worker for this richer guy, and here's the book. I do have the actual hardcover of this, but she works for this family, and she's not actually like enslaved, but she works for them and she gets paid and stuff, and something ends up happening where her father, they live in this town where people are stoned for using magic. And the very beginning of the book, it starts out with them going into basically what's like a town square type deal and putting people on trial, which essentially they ask if everybody finds them guilty, and because people are sadistic, they all say yes. There's no evidence, there's nothing, they just say yes, and they stone these poor people to death. Her father basically tells her they apparently move after so long in each place, and I feel like it's got something to do with like her and her background and something that's going on that she doesn't know about necessarily, because when her and her father are on the way home from the trial that they had to go, like everybody in town has to go and throw a stone. Like if you don't, you also basically get a death sentence. So they're like walking home and they get in trouble with what are the like king and queen's guards, essentially like the royal guards. They are called something different in this, and I definitely will pronounce it wrong if I try to, so I'm not gonna. It's a very, really, very cool story. She ends up like sneaking after she gets to this next town. She essentially hides in a wagon because she hears the people talking about how they're going in the direction she needs to go, and like they're going a few towns or something before she would get to where she needed to go, and she's hoping that maybe if she hides, she'll be able to go as far as she can, and then maybe they'll even be nice enough to take her all the way. And little does she know that she ends up in a wagon of like warriors that work for the king or work for the queen, but like it's very, very strange dynamic, but it's really cool. And she's like hiding who she is because she thinks that they're gonna turn her in, and I don't know if they would, but it's really cool. She's kind of making some camaraderie with these people, even though a lot of it's based off of lies. But I really enjoy it so far. Like, some stuff has happened, but nothing crazy. There's magical creatures in this, and there's magic that I haven't actually seen happen yet. Well, I guess I've kind of seen it happen. There's somebody who is able to like pick at people's emotions. Like, she can sense emotions and like pull on the string. So like if she feels somebody's curious about something she's saying, she can pull the curiosity string and it like makes them ask questions and stuff. And so that's, I guess, something magical that I've seen. But other than that, I've really only seen some creatures. But it's really good so far. I'm really enjoying it. There's been a couple of little fights, like them coming across these raven somethings. They're basically thieves that rob people on this road, and then they sell all the stuff and the weapons and stuff. But you see a couple fights here and there, and there's not a ton that's really happening, just like some action-packed things and a few lustful moments and stuff like that. But it's really good so far. I'm enjoying it. I'm thinking maybe I might do a little bit of immersive reading tonight. I'm gonna be taking you guys along with me on my little overnight trip with my best friend. We're going to Pittsburgh, and we're gonna go maybe do a spa thing, which I probably won't bring you guys into the spa with me because it's a spa. And we're gonna potentially get a piercing or something done, and we're gonna go to this. The biggest reason we're going on this trip is we're gonna go to this place called Half Price Books. She went to one when she was in Oklahoma City for some schooling stuff, and she found one in Pittsburgh, so we're gonna go there over the weekend and go to this bookstore and just do like a little girls' night. It's kind of a joint birthday trip for us because her birthday just passed and mine is at the end of March, so we're just gonna kind of do a little girls' night. So I'm gonna take you all along with me for that and do a little hopefully vlog. I'm really bad at vlogging, like being out and about. Like I get really nervous about pulling my camera out in public, so I may or may not actually like talk while I'm out, but I'll do some B-reels and like take some videos of like the store and stuff like that, so we'll see. But yeah, so that's just my little update for now. I will come back when I have some more updates for you guys, and we'll go from there. Hello, my loves. Hi. So it is Thursday, and I have officially finished Road of Bones. I really liked this. It took me a little bit to get into it. Like I had tried to start reading it. I've been having a lot of trouble actually sitting down and physically reading. I've just been having a lot of trouble focusing on things. So I did listen to it on audio like I told you guys, and I was able to get into it a lot quicker in the audiobook. So I finished it today. It left me wanting more. I did get the second book on audiobook because luckily for me today my Audible credit came in. So I got that, and I haven't started it yet, but I probably am going to. So my March TBR video came out today, which is the 27th. So you're not going to see that on the list, but it's definitely going to be read in March because it'll probably be read actually in the last couple days of February, since I doubt I'm going to get one of my other February books done by actually reading them, and I don't have them on audiobook. And since I'm going on that trip this weekend, I'm just not sure I'm going to be able to really get to it. But like I said, I really liked this. The ending left me wanting more. It left like kind of on a cliffhanger, but also not. Like it left off in a good spot that just makes you want to know more and see where it goes next. But there was like just a little bit of a cliffhanger, nothing like crazy. There was a lot of distrust at the end of this, and there was a lot of friendships being broken and relationships being broken, but then also realizing there is one person she's able to trust. And I think that that was a really nice thing to see, because she's finding out all these things about herself in this book and all of her history that she didn't know. And there's all these secrets and things that she has found out over this book, throughout this book, that it just makes her question everything. Like she has no idea who to trust. She doesn't know if she can trust herself. She doesn't know who she is. Like she finds out through this like who she actually is and who and what it stands for, and she finds out all these things about herself. You just find out a lot of things through this, and I really love our main character. Her name's Scylla. I really liked her, and Hecla, who's one of the Blood Axe crew. I have a few that I really like in this, but it was just so good. I think it's gonna be a 4.25 for me. I really enjoyed it, and I'm really excited to get to the second one. So hopefully that'll be in the next few days. The other book that I was supposed to read was The Coven. I did start this today also on audiobook while I was at work, and I'm on page 11. I'm like 30% of the way through it. It's okay so far. I've heard mixed things on this. There are people that really don't like this, and then there's some people who did like it, and I'm a little bit, like right now I think it's sitting at a 2.75 for me. It's nothing terrible, it's not bad, it's just I'm still at the beginning, so I'm still trying to like work up to whatever's happening. But I think if I have to guess, it's probably gonna land at a 3.5 ish at the end. I don't know really what's to come, and I'm not super far into it, but you know, we'll see. It's a short one, and it's got beautiful sprayed edges. Like, I love these. They're so pretty. Like, this whole book is just, the inside is just so, hang on, so pretty. I didn't read anything about these books when I bought them. I bought this one and the second one because I saw the edges and I was like, that is stunning and I want them. So I'm hoping I like them enough to want to keep them. But yeah, so I've started this one. I'm enjoying it so far. It's like a witch vampire-y kind of situation. Like, the covenant is like a group of witches that are like very, 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 very old witches. It's about witches and vessels, and basically the witches have to live kind of in peace, but it's very, very tense peace with these vessels because just for reasons. But the vessels like feed on, because they're essentially vampires, they feed on the witches. So it's a very interesting setup so far. I don't really know too much. I know that our main girl, Willow and Gray, which Gray's name is Alaric Grayson Thorne, and he is the headmaster of this school that she has to go to, of Hollows Grove University, in Crystal Hollows, which her mother, like, you find this out like right at the beginning. Her mother faked her own death to get away from this place and has kind of been helping her daughter hide, essentially, from going to this place because they're a very powerful line of witches. And the headmaster, Gray, shows up at her door and is like, you're invited to come join the school, because it's, you don't like apply for this school. They give you an invitation and you go. And really the invitation is not something that you can actually say no to, essentially. But the coven sends him to pick her up from her home right after her mother has actually died. Like, you find out in the very first few pages that, like, she's at her mother's funeral. She's got a little brother who's 6 years old, around 6 years old, who, he doesn't have powers yet. She did something, Willow did something to kind of bind his powers until a certain age, so people couldn't tell or know who he was. And they are waiting for his, because they didn't have the same father, they are waiting for her brother's father to show up to pick him up, to take him. And it's just very sad because he's very attached to her and she has done nothing but care for him his whole life. Like, he has been basically her sole priority since he was born. And it's just a really sad stuff. A lot of sad stuff happens right at the beginning, so just be prepared. This does have a lot of trigger warnings in it too. Just make sure you read those. But I've been liking it so far. We just got to the school. They're showing her to her room right now, but it seems like it's gonna be good. There's just a lot of like dynamics that I'm still trying to get used to. I both love and hate Gray right now. He makes you want to hate him, but you're also like, he's kind of hot though. Just like in Road of Bones, there's a few in here, like Jonas and Ray and Jonas's little brother. I always forget his name. But it's been really good. I just really want to read the next one of Road of Bones, but I am enjoying this so far. So I will be back with you guys next time I have an update. Like I said, I'm not too far into this, so I don't have a ton to say about it quite yet. But the magic seems pretty cool in this so far. Like, each head coven member, like the covenant that she is being introduced to, who sent for her to come to this school, they all have a different kind of magic, like a different color. And Willow is green magic, so she like uses the earth and stuff to do her magic. Like she's very, very powerful when she has a connection to the earth. And she's also apparently another kind of magic. She's like disguising herself as a green magic wielder, but I think her mom and dad had separate magics. So she's been kind of hiding herself as a green, even though she is technically a different kind of magic wielder. So it's really interesting. I think I'm gonna end up liking it. It's definitely took me a second to get into it, but I'm enjoying it so far. I'll see. I'm trying not to let the like bad reviews that I've heard, like I haven't even like read bad reviews, but just other booktubers that I know that have read it and they weren't huge fans of it. So I guess we'll see. I've heard that it gets really spicy, which I can imagine, because apparently when the vessels try to drink from you, they can, instead of making it hurt, they can make it feel like pleasure, and a lot of the time they'll just do naughty things. They'll do the sassy time. And then feast, but I don't think they actually like fully like take a life, but they definitely take the power and stuff. So it's been interesting so far. I will be back with you guys when I have some more updates. I'm probably gonna go listen to some more of this because my body is very, very much rebelling today and I do not feel the best, and I'm gonna go throw in some sweats and I'm gonna lay down, and I'm probably gonna read some more of this until my fiance gets home, and then do dinner, and then we'll see if I'm gonna continue with reading or if I'm going to just move on over and watch some TV with him tonight or something, watch some YouTube. I guess we'll see. But I will see you guys the next time I have some updates. Alright, my loves, I'm back. If you hear my cat, I'm sorry. She decides every time I sit down to do something that it's time for affections. Not that I wasn't just holding her, giving her some. But I've officially finished The Coven. I really enjoyed it. I know that there are some people who didn't quite like it. I liked it. I would say it's probably a 3.75. It's a shorter book, but I really enjoyed that. It left off on kind of a cliffhanger, and now I'm in a world of trouble because I have a whole 10-book TBR for March, which that video came out yesterday. And all 3 of the books that I read in this week's vlog have sequels that are all out and that I want to read. So now there's 13 books on my March TBR, and that's just outrageous to me. So, anyway, I finished this. I really liked it. 3.75. I really liked our main character. She is snarky and sassy and so bossy, and I love it. And she's just like not afraid of anything. And she doesn't care. She just walks up and stares a demon right in the eye and just like stares him down. And I'm like, I would cower. I'm afraid it could not be me. I would not be that person. I would definitely glower at them behind their back where they couldn't see me, and knowing a demon, it would probably be able to tell still. But there's no way I could stand and stare it dead in the eyes and think I'm gonna come out on top. She does. Willow's a very, very sassy human being, and I enjoy her thoroughly. Gray, I have very mixed feelings about. Very, very mixed feelings. I love him and hate him, and love to hate him, and hate that I don't love him. And it's a very, very confusing mix of emotions, but that's where we're at with this. I enjoyed it. If you guys like witchy, vampire-y type stuff, I think you should give it a try. There are some trigger warnings in this, so just make sure, because there is... How long is the trigger warning page? It's just 1 page. Half a page, really. But it's really good. I enjoyed it. I'm excited to read the second one and see where that one takes us and what unfolds in that, which I do have the second one, and maybe I'll take it with me this weekend on the trip and have one physical book with me and then do all the rest in Kindle/audiobook because of who I am as a person. And I want a whole library, and I just adore audiobooks more than one should really care for anything. But, you know, like I said, I enjoyed it. I would recommend it for people. It's a short, easy read. There's not too much to really like think about and understand. It's one of those fantasies that it doesn't take all of your thinking power to know what's going on, which I really enjoy. But yeah, so those are just my final updates for The Coven by Harper L. Woods. So overall for the week, we read Legendborn, which we'll put a picture here because I don't have that in hardcover. We read The Road of Bones, and we read The Coven, which I really liked both of these. I think in order, the ones that I'm really wanting to get to, I want to get to the second one in this next, because I think the third one comes out soon, potentially. And then I want to do the Legendborn second book because the third one's coming out like on the 4th of March, and I want to read the second one so I can just jump right on it. So now my March TBR is 14 books long. Woohoo! That's great. I'm just gonna keep adding on and then be disappointed in myself when I can't finish my TBR. That's fine. And then this one, because that's just the order that I want to read them in. So I'm thinking that's how it's gonna go, but I guess we'll see. Legendborn, I rated, let me just go back through a quick run through. Legendborn, I rated 4 stars. Road of Bones, I rated 4.25, and then The Coven, I'm rating 3.75. I haven't actually done it on Fable or anything yet, but that's what I'm gonna rate it. So there's my final updates. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's vlog. If you did, please hit that follow button or hit the like button and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Feel free to check out my March TBR video. It posted earlier, well, on the 27th of February, so if you're interested in seeing that and seeing what I'm going to be reading next month, please take a look. Well, this month when this video goes live. And I hope that you guys stay happy, healthy, and safe. Thank you for any time you choose to give to me, because I know it's not something you give back. So anything you give to me really does mean the world, and I truly do appreciate it. And I will see you guys the next time that I see you.